I gotta say, today, virtually anything you want to know about being a mother is right here. My co-hosts are all mothers. Happy Mother's Day weekend! This coming Sunday, I don't know how you're spending yours. I'll be spending mine in the bed, under the covers with the rain. Here in New York, it's supposed to rain all weekend, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of us always feel pressured to get that Mother's Day brunch, and we usually do it for our own mothers if we're fortunate enough to have our mothers alive, you know what I mean? I know she already knows I'm not spending Mother's Day with her. She's in Jersey, you know, but I'm a mother too, and I don't want anything from my son. I don't want that breakfast. I don't want a gift. Like, I don't want a breakfast. I don't want a gift. I don't want anything. I just want you, just can you leave me alone under the covers? Because Mother's Day is on a Sunday, and if you're a mom who has a babysitter, then, or your kids are old enough, then you might be out Saturday night. I know for me, you know, I've been telling you I'm going to this ball, which is gonna be wonderful. Shout out to the LGBT community. Yes, I'll be going to the ball, but then you know what? Earlier Saturday, I am going to Don Lemon's engagement party. Yeah, you know Donnie. Oh, that Donnie Lemon, he's a friend of the show. You know, he's the news anchor, and he's engaged to his husband, fiance. Fiance, right. Anyway, it's at a private residence. I saw the address, and I smelled money. And so I've elected not to go with anybody. I was going to go with, I was thinking to bring in my own mother. You know what I mean? Because my mother loves Don Lemon. She hasn't gotten the memo. Yeah, she loves Don Lemon. She watches him every night. Like, she fawns over Don Lemon. So I figure, you know, maybe my mother could be my +1, but she talks a whole lot. So you know, I want to talk about that story with the overly motherly daughterly thing. Yeah, in a second. But you know, she talks a whole lot. And if you were lucky enough to have your mother around, I don't know how close you are with her. My mother and I are very close. My mother made the mistake a few weeks ago of saying, well, we're best friends. I said, no, we're not, Ma. No, Mommy. Well, but you can see where I get a lot of my ways. But we're not best friends. I love my mother dearly, but I also love my sister dearly, and she's not my best friend. My friend Regina, at this point in life, you have a different friend for every bomb or greatness going on in your life. Not one person does everything. But, so I'm not bringing my mother. And this brings me to talk to you about this new show, something that doesn't get talked about enough, because I think, I don't know why people don't talk about it enough. If there's this new show, I'm gonna give it 1 or 2 or 3 tries watching it. I'm gonna try. It's called Smothered. And the show is focusing on over-the-top, extremely close mothers and daughters. Now, I just find this to be, all right, well, you take a look and then we'll talk.
My mother and I share the same bed. I'm the little spoon and she's the big spoon.
We act alike, we dress alike, we're like twins.
We party together, club together. I feel like my mom should live her life now like she's in her 20s.
You're just jealous because you can't be part of this.
You're right. I'm dying to be hanging out with my mother all day.
And without my blessing, I doubt if she'll take it to the next step with you.
Would you accept my love?
This is not right.
What do you want me to do, give it back?
Yeah.
So I find it uncomfortable, the thought of hanging out with my mother. Oh, okay. I mean, I consider myself a pretty hip now woman and everything like that. So this might be my one of several corny ways that I have about me. And that is, you know, I could see hanging out with my mother if it was my birthday and say, or her birthday, like, come on, you know, let's get wild and let's give them the Jolie with our thigh, Mommy. You know, and let's go out. Mommy, you wear that tiara and I'll wear the other one. I swear, my mother and I are so much alike in that way, right? Like what you see is who she is. But, and she's funny, she's flirty and things like that, but she's still my mother. you know, and I will not share my most intimate secrets with my mother. And I will not go into like the big complaints of my life with my mother. I don't even get naked in front of my mother. No. And don't judge me if you happen to be one of these mothers, but quite frankly, I think mothers who are that close, like that clip that we saw with their daughters, are moms who need to get their own life. And moms, and yeah. And I think that, and please don't judge me, this is just my opinion, but I feel that moms like that clip that we just saw, those are mothers who are in search of youth, and they use the excuse. No, listen. They use the excuse of, oh, well, you know, the streets are crazy and I like to keep an eye on my daughter, and the best way to do it is that when we go out together, I don't care about the social life, I'm watching my daughter. No, you care about recapturing your youth because, you know, I think. And plus you're damaging your daughter for being a good partner. I think you do daughter damage. Like, what guy wants to get with a girl who's best friends with her mother? Listen, don't be embarrassed, all the moms in the audience, but clap if you were more like that mother in the clip. At least 5 of them are lying. Are you embarrassed? Why? Because now the big cameras are on you and stuff, you know we'll catch you. Clap if you're something like that mother in the clip. A few of you, okay. That mom, by the way, did a really good twerk, didn't she? I would be embarrassed. But anyway, so the show is called Smothered. I'm gonna check it out. If you don't watch it, I'll fill you in. But you should check it out maybe. It premieres June 9th on TLC, the Learning Channel. Learn something new every day. This is not about race, but can we talk for a moment? Ugh. So there's this British DJ and a radio personality, and he got fired for tweeting about the royal baby. Now the first thing I thought is, oh, here we go, this is gonna be a black thing. Well, you decide for yourself. Look, his name is Danny Baker and he's 61 years old. He's been a broadcaster for the BBC for 30 years. And on Wednesday, he tweeted a picture of a chimpanzee with the caption, "Royal baby leaves hospital." You know what? I immediately thought of the race thing. And then I just thought of, and I tried to say, well, Wendy, everything is not a race thing. You know, baby chimps really are cute. They really are cute. And you know, remember when Bubbles was little? Michael's, you know, cute. But it's still associated to me with a black thing. Well, the BBC fired him within an hour of putting this up on his social media. Yeah. So there he is. As you can see, he's a man of particular age, somebody who should know better. Now you might, okay, his name is Danny and he apologized, and saying that he didn't mean it to be racist. Look, you'll have to read the captions underneath, because I swear, even though English and English are the same from across the pond to here, I don't know what language he's speaking, but just read what he's saying. He's trying to back his way out. Go ahead.
I made a joke about Archie, and then I thought, oh, my go-to photograph when posh people, you know, walk out or have kids, went to that stupid photograph of a chimp in a top hat. And shouldn't have done. And when people said, that's Meghan's, you tear it down. Oh no, because I'm well aware of the centuries-old trope linked in race and primates.
But the thing is that if you're aware of it, older man, then why would you do something like that? You know, a 30-year broadcast career, I've had a little bit over a 30-year broadcast career. And, you know, I say all that to say, you know, like when I got started, the FCC was on you. When I started broadcasting, you used to have to bring your FCC license in and put it in the thing. You couldn't say, gee, damn. Nowadays, you can say, gee, damn. You can say, bitch. Look, you can say it on TV. You can say it. Back in the day, they weren't tolerating that. You know, I called it a professional when I was on radio. These days, they just call it exactly what it is, if you know what I'm saying, and I think you do. I feel a little uncomfortable saying it, but you know what a professional is. Well, it is Friday, you better learn. He has not kept up with the times of broadcast, and that's why I believe, as a broadcaster, that he should have been fired immediately, just like they did. I'm sorry. And it's horrible. It's horrible because broadcasting is such a tough career. You know, you gotta not curse and do this and do that, and the FCC will fine you in 30 seconds. I've never been fined by the FCC, but I've had to change with the times of what's acceptable and what's not. Like back in the day, you could have put that monkey picture maybe on and not as many people except black people would have cared. Now, in 2019, you put that monkey picture on and everybody cares, and everybody sees what you're doing. You're old and out of touch, and you're an embarrassment to broadcasters, and your 30-year legacy of being a broadcaster now goes down the crapper by being the race-baiting broadcaster. Isn't that a shame? You work all your life, and your legacy is that. And he's wearing a fez. And he looks like a Shriner. All right, let's talk about Brooke Shields. I love Brooke Shields. She's been here to the show a lot. She's, you know, I think I cried the first time I met her, only because I come from that era, you know, but she was like one of the heroes. You know, me and Brooke are the same age, but you know, she was a young girl. She was wearing those Calvin Klein jeans and bending and flexing. And just about that time, the girls my age, we were wearing Calvin Klein jeans. They were attainable, a little bit more expensive than Levi's, but they were attainable. We were wearing Sassoons and Cacharel and the Calvin Klein jeans. Right? Right? And we were going to college and outsmarting boys. She went to Princeton. I was so impressed by that as a young girl. And I knew she read all the Judy Blume books and stuff. And she was a virgin. She saved herself for Superman in college. Do you remember? And I identified with that, not in the saving kind of way, but in a fly girl here in the city or wherever you live. Like she was a beauty leader and a kind of adolescent leader of my time. So I identify with Brooke. But here's what she's got going on now, Brooke. Okay, so Brooke is suing a makeup company for cashing in on her name. Oh. Well, Brooke is the first Brooke that I ever knew in life. I mean, now there are many Brookes, but I still think my era, when you say Brooke is coming over, don't you think Brooke Shields? Yeah. Brooke is making a new line of couches. You see those couches, don't you think Brooke Shields? Brooke, of course. Terry, her mom, dearly departed, rest in peace. You know the deal. She thought George Michael was straight. Do you remember that? She went on a date with George Michael and everybody's whispering behind her back. She told the story one of the times that she was here on the show. She was like, Wendy, I was the only one who didn't know. I said, well, back then, not many of us had gaydar. Anyway. So Brooke is claiming that, although I do love a blueberry blintz. Don't you love a blintz? I might order that in from the deli and eat that under the covers on Monday. Or on Sunday, you know, Mother's Day. You know, when you do what you want. Anyway. Brooke is claiming that she was shopping, right? And she saw an eyebrow pencil by a brand called Charlotte Tilbury Beauty. And, you know, they name the different shades after people or places or things. This one was named Brooke S. Brooke herself actually saw this, looked at it, was like, what? What? Well, she's known for her iconic eyebrows. It was an eyebrow maximizer type thing. And that's another thing about Brooke Shields. Do you remember those eyebrows? Yeah. I don't know about you, but weren't you doing it? Or trying to do it? Well, her eyebrows are iconic, and she is an icon, and Brooke says that she's in the process of creating her own cosmetic line focusing on eyebrows, and she wants Charlotte Tilbury and the stores that have it to stop selling it, and she wants to make all the profits from it. Hey, Red, only me and you aren't clapping. Everybody else is down with it. I don't think that anybody owes Brooke anything. Brooke, now let's talk straight, friend. Your eyebrows are so iconic, and yeah, they did rob you of your name because they put Brooke S. Even if they put just regular Brooke, I would associate the eyebrow thing with Brooke S. But the idea that they had the nerve to put the S there and that you actually saw it yourself because you're shopping like a regular, I love her because she's a regular woman, you know what I'm saying, who happens to be beautiful. Look, here's the brand. We would have never talked about this brand if Brooke didn't bring it to light. Now all of a sudden I'm curious because I get my eyebrows bladed. I was telling you, like for the past couple of years, I'm like really into I look at them and stuff, and sometimes they're too black and sometimes they're too hairy, but I'm a brownista. I would now like to check out this brand. Brooke says she's working on her own line, but even more important, the originator of eyebrows, I would like to check out Brooke's brand too. But Brooke, those Charlotte people don't owe you anything. You know, Terry and your lovely father, you guys, they named you something that was really, really different for that era. And you're just gonna have to take it and as a compliment. As a compliment and move on. You know? There are other famous people that you know with names after them on the same line too. Like there's a Naomi. There is a
Grace K.
Grace K, which is Grace Kelly. There's a Sophia. That would be Lorena Varga. There's a Rita. Rita who, Ora?
Not Aura.
Rita, what's that?
Rita Hayworth.
Rita Hayworth. See,
Gave
well,
good face.
see? And then there's Brooke S, and then there's Linda. Now somebody in our morning meeting said Linda, of course, Evangelista. I said, no, Linda is not an of course name. Brooke is, of course, when you associate it with eyebrows. Anyway, listen, Brooke, here's what you should be suing for, if anything, and there's no lawsuit here. Sue for your imaging on the package. Like if the girl who was modeling, if they had a model and the model looked like you and pooched like the Calvin Klein, and then had the eyebrows. But Brooke, there's no lawsuit here. And now, unfortunately, because you're talking about this, now people are gonna tune on to Charlotte Tilbury to see how they can do their brows in the Brooke way. Sorry. Cameraman and Ellie, I know that you know where she is. Please don't focus on her. But somebody told me, and you know how when you get older, even though you feel like young in the head, but you know how when you get older, you just never expect your teachers, people who taught you like in 3rd grade to still be alive or thriving or well, or I don't know, I don't know why that is. Like, I just never thought, oh, oops, no, don't cry for me, Argentina. No. You know how you get older and then you feel like when you're raising your own kids and stuff, you feel like you've crossed the line to where you'll never see one of your teachers again. Like you know what I'm saying? Like none of your teachers ever saw you do good or anything like that. Well, I've had that fortune here a few times on the show where people from my past teachers, but haven't been my teachers, but just like a guidance counselor in the school or something like that, Mr. Magnotta, gym teacher and stuff, come here to the show and sit in the audience, and then I'm so shocked to see them. But I've never had an actual teacher. Please don't show her. I want to find out at some point during the show. Oh my gosh. I had a 3rd grade, was it 2nd grade or 3rd grade? Okay, you can tell me that. 2nd or 3rd?
Second.
My 2nd grade teacher is here in the audience. Was that her? Wait, no, I don't want to know who she is. No, the lady, she stood up. That's not her? Oh, co-host. Please, yeah, just clap, don't stand up. So anyway, her name is Mrs. Migliaccio. And we call her Miss Mig from 2nd grade. And they say she bought a picture of me and everything. Is it a class picture or an individual picture?
No, a class picture.
Was I the only black person?
Yup, and you were right in the middle.
Look,
Middle.
was I big? Yep, I was gonna say, was I?
Right in the middle, and you're like this taller than everyone.
And big shoulders, stocky?
Nope, you look adorable.
Did I look like I wanted to be there?
Not really.
Oh. Anyway, I'll find you, Miss Mig, during the commercials, and then I'll share with you. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Migliaccio is here. Does she wear a cane? Does she wear a cane?
Nope. She's beautiful.
She's beautiful?
Stunning.
She was beautiful then.
She's even more beautiful. She's stunning. Uh-huh.
So, If you watch the show long enough, then you know that there are particular families that I do love as a family, and one of them, the Duffs. I love Hillary Duff. I love Haley Duff. Mrs. Duff, their mom, is a regular watcher of the show. When we did our 6-week sneak peek, she sent me a big bouquet and said that she watched the show. And like, I'm like this, if you like me, then I like you. Until I don't, until there's a reason not to. There's never been a reason not to like the Duffs. So anyway, Hillary Duff, right here. Hillary just got engaged, so congratulations to Hillary Duff. So she posted the picture with her now fiance, and the caption was, "He asked me to be my wife." They've been dating, his name is Matthew Coma, and they've been dating for several years. And they have a 6-month-old daughter named Banks Violet. So Hillary also has a 6-year-old son from a previous marriage. Remember, she was married, we've covered the story, she was married to that hockey player. You know, who once he couldn't play hockey, he was just kind of sitting around the house, and that's when she got to know the real him. And I guess, well, sometimes you don't get to know somebody until they retire, and then they're sitting at the house, and you're like, really? So anyway, I hear that they're pretty good co-parents, but Mike has moved on, and Matthew and Hillary are engaged, and congratulations to Hillary. Congratulations to all the Duffs. And we've got more great show for you, everybody. We've got the hottest gift ideas for moms, but up next, it's time for Celebrity Fan Out, the Moms Edition, the famous moms. So grab a snack and come on